one of the key drivers of profitability that we need to, as well as to support return on investment, just in general, right? Related to profit, is higher lifetime engagement value, which is higher annual engagement value. And what you say is Aider can help with supporting advisory services and increasing the engagement value per client. So can you talk about how does that work? How do you specifically, and what are some examples or stories that you've seen?
Yeah, well, I think there's an interesting one. Maybe Aaron, we can get back to the kind of the top of the funnel and bringing new clients in as one thing, and then I think there's a lot of accountants out there with a client base that only have maybe 5% of their clients or 10% of their clients where they offer those higher value advisory work to. The rest is maybe a legacy base, and that's where Ada can really come in. And so if you imagine connecting those up and you suddenly have this dashboard that sits over the top of them and shows you, this something's happened to this client that's different to usual. It's out of the norm. It's an engagement opportunity. You can see a light on the Ada dashboard. You can click on it. You can go into the detail and see, right, I see what's happening in that business. Something's changed and their profit is suddenly changing. That's an opportunity for an accountant to reach out and be proactive and say, hey, I just noticed something's changed in your business. Let's help you grow your business. Let's set you up. And that's using data to, and real-time data to actually go and help that client. The client will feel like you're their hero. They'll feel like you're looking at all into them and you're protecting them in the background. We have such amazing stories from accountants using data to identify sales and revenue opportunities. Then they can go to the reporting feature and just run a quick report because it's already done for them by Ada anyway, and say, hey, look, I'm going to give you this one for now, but I'll show you what we can do every month for you. And then they deliver the report out. And that's really low cost for the accountant, but the value add for the client is high. And then, you send out a new engagement letter and saying, that's our new service. And you move them up the chain into the next step into whatever the advisory product is.
So interesting. So Brendan, what I'm hearing is that one thing is it's helping them to formulate higher the actual message and see the picture of what's going on in the business at a and put, but it's also helping to put together the package of information that's actionable, but also in real time for these advisory services. Is that correct to say?
Absolutely
So
correct. Yeah.
let's say you identify something, right? They have a cash flow problem or something in Aider. How does that help them turn that into more business? Can you just share a specific example of that?
Yeah, so it's looking at it's identifying a potential problem in the business, and that's where if you want to offer advisory, that's where being proactive it really helps. So if there is a cash flow problem, don't just wait for it to become a major issue. Reach out, be proactive, talk to the client, and say, hey, look, I've just been looking at your numbers. I think there's potentially a cash flow issue. Let's run some reports and figure out where that's coming from, and let's book a meeting. And the client might be on the base level plan, but we've got to look. We think you should move up to this next level plan. Maybe it includes bookkeeping services, and you upsell the client to the new bookkeeping service or the new CAS solution, and you're saying to the client, look, we can't help you if you haven't done your reconciliations. Let's make sure we keep that up to date. So use our bookkeeping service. That means we can offer you real-time reporting at the end of every month, and we can really help you steer your business. You focus on the business, we'll take care of the finances. And you've got that, almost a virtual CFO model, but it's all started from just identifying an opportunity using Ada and then efficiently delivering that. And then the other thing that we see a lot of accountants doing is we have generative AI fully built in. So if you think of it as Chat GPT, but in our case, it's secure and it's got client data built into it. So if you go to a client on Ada, a client level, and you go to that one customer and you can say, look, ask the AI, tell me what I need to talk to my client about. And it'll look at the numbers and come back and say, talk to them about these three things. Here's some implications for their clients, and here's some actions they can take to help improve that business. So your prep work for having an advisory meeting goes down to seconds. And you can even take it further and say, I'd like to upsell my new advisory service to this client. What's the best way to pitch them? And how do I write something that's compelling and write me a proposal? and the AI will do the same. Then you can say change the tone, make it more friendly, include this, change this format, and again the AI will do that. Then your job is go in, review it, make sure you're happy with it, copy paste, send it out. So that's
So Brendan, that's a fantastic example of when there's a kind of an alert light, something's going wrong. I'm getting the sense that it can also find opportunities where something's going right. And hey, if you engage us, do a deep dive, we might actually figure out how to take a better advantage of this signal of positivity and take it further so you can make more money, that kind of thing. Do you have sort of an example of that?
Yeah, so it is absolutely both opportunities and problems. It's if you think of it as management by exception. If you've got your clients all on a dashboard and there's a formula being run in them, and the formula, the rough formula is show me if there's any major variations to the previous period or to the norm. What it's looking at is everything okay, then there'll be no alert. But if something changes significantly for the better or for the worse, it'll be flagged up and you'll have a green light. This client's changed, something significant has changed for the positive. Red light, something significant has changed for the negative. And that's where you jump in and have that conversation. That's an engagement opportunity. That's a sales opportunity. So we're seeing a lot of people just put all their clients on ADA and just use that as a sales generating opportunity and sell your new advisory services. And then you get the time back because, like I said, you got the period close features, you've got the AI built into it, the reporting's automatically being done for you. So you've not only have sold more to a client, but you've actually got time back to do this, and you can sell it to more clients.